Hello everybody, this is Bob Walton with Inside 919 and KW Commercial Realty, ROI Commercial Realty. I'm here with Ben Einwechter this morning, Monday morning, days after the hurricane has rolled through. Just have a few questions to the disaster relief that Ben is organizing in our area. Hey Ben.
Hey, good morning.
Okay, so you are representing Samaritan's Purse, U.S. Disaster Relief in the Apex Holly Springs area?
Unofficially.
Unofficially, okay. Okay, so how does this function? How do you work?
Yeah, so I've volunteered with Samaritan's Purse, U.S. Disaster Relief a few times now with other hurricane responses. And Samaritan's Purse is an organization run by Franklin Graham, son of Billy Graham Association. And what they do is they provide disaster relief, cleanup, support, things like that for natural disasters in the United States.
Okay, so you've done this before. I think we talked about Hurricane Matthew that came up through Wilmington a few years back and other places as well. What was that? What was involved there?
Yeah, so with Hurricane Matthew, I organized a group at my church, and we drove down for the day and did volunteering. So what we did as part of that, since it was flooding with houses, a lot of times in poor areas or people who maybe aren't in normal flood zones and maybe don't have flood insurance, or just people in need, because it's just overwhelming the amount of devastation that happens when you have so much rain and flooding. So we took a group down and basically gutted out different houses, we removed all the saturated furniture and cut out the drywall and floors and basically strip it all down to the studs where it was damaged by the water so that it can dry out, also do mold treatment, stuff like that, and then it dries out so the contractors can rebuild it and that people can start getting their life back together.
Okay. So, any other activities related to the work that you do? Is this just like a one day trips or a couple day trips, depending on how it's organized?
Yeah, so there's generally two ways you can volunteer with Samaritan's Purse, U.S. Disaster Relief. You can do what they call day volunteers, where basically you just show up. You register ahead of time, of course, but show up by like 7:30 in the morning. You do a brief orientation, and then you're sent out with a team lead who is trained by Samaritan's Purse, and they are the one who oversee the work site. Or what you can also do if you wanted to volunteer for longer periods of time, and maybe you don't live in the area, Samaritan's Purse, they partner with local area churches, and usually this is all organized ahead of time.
Right.
But they'll partner with them. Samaritan's Purse brings all their vehicles, like their shower units and their kitchen units and everything, and often you'll stay at the church building itself. You just sleep there on cots basically, and they provide all the meals and everything, and you can do multiple days. Now generally overnight stuff, it's like a 3-day minimum volunteer period. But
okay, so you're spearheading this primarily. I mean, you're heading it, but you have the support of Sovereign Grace Church in Apex.
That is correct.
Okay. So how do you, when you come in, how do you connect with Samaritan's Purse to assess the needs? How is that handled or managed?
So what Samaritan's Purse does is when there's a disaster, they send their teams into the area, and they basically go out through the community and get to know the people, what's going on, what the needs are. They also have chaplain teams to go minister to the emotional and spiritual needs of the people as well, since they're a faith-based organization.
Mm-hmm.
And Samaritan's Purse identifies people who have needs, and then they basically write up a list of work orders and hand those to their team leads along with many volunteers that they have.
Okay, so if you volunteer for a day trip, what does a day trip look like for the average volunteer?
As far as what we do during the day? Yes. So last time when I helped with Hurricane Matthew cleanup, we got up, drove down early, got there by 7:30, did a brief orientation about what we're going to be doing at the sites, safety training, what equipment we'll be using, stuff like that, and then we drove out to where the houses that they're working on, and basically removed drywall and insulation and took furniture to the curb, and basically it all gets piled by the road.
Do you have your own tools?
First, they're very organized and well equipped. They provide all the tools and equipment, and also the people to manage the job site. So I've been very impressed by their professionalism and also their care that they show through it. But a very well organized, well thought out operation. So if you want to contribute and help with the cleanup, but you don't know where to start, they have the whole system in place. They have all the equipment and all the know-how to know how to effectively help people who need it.
Cool. So if a person wants to volunteer that are in the Raleigh, Cary, Apex, Wake Forest, inside 919 area, who could participate?
Well, anyone can participate to help out. When you're doing a job cleanup, there's so many different tasks. So it doesn't matter if you're old or young. I've been crawling around under houses with people who are old enough to be my grandparents, pulling out insulation and stuff. What's necessary is a heart and a desire to help people. So the best way to do it is to just Google Samaritan's Purse U.S. disaster response, and you can go on to there, and they will have the various volunteering opportunities. Because not only do they do the cleanup stuff for particularly needy people as well, they help with the rebuild process afterwards as well. And so you can go there, you can view the list of opportunities to volunteer, whether it's a multi-day thing, whether it's just a single day, and can work with their volunteer coordinators to do it. Or suggest it at your church or community or business or something.
Right.
You can work with them to set up a team. That's what we're doing at Sovereign Grace Church of Apex. And there's lots of different ways, but check out their website for the locations and stay up to date.
Great. Thank you, Ben. We appreciate this interview and wish you the best.
Thank you.